am a worthless beast of unoriginality. Today's the day I will cave to the writer stereotype and simply starve to death. Should have tried harder in math class. Should have wished to be a dentist. Should have been born a banana. At least then someone would want me. Alright, got all that out of your system? Are you still crying into your cereal? It's okay. That's what we're here for. So, here's the thing about being a writer. A lot of times, you will hate it. There's no two ways around it. You're gonna hate your writing so much that you look up videos like this one on how to get past this and just start writing again. You're gonna read all kinds of things about how you can't compare yourself to other people. You can't compare your first draft to other people's published novels. About how it's a terrible business to break into. Now even the best writers got rejected. Okay, but don't read those articles, because they'll make you feel like leftover mold in the crap monster's outhouse. Be like, J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times. And you'll be like, I've been rejected 106. Should I stop? And you'll try to do some kind of crazy math, like 106 divided by 12 equals 8.83, which means I can have, at most, 1/8 the success of Harry Potter. That's good, right? That's how math works? Oh, Lord, I really should have paid attention. Then you'll Google how many rejections is too many, and when should you give up? Why haven't you sold anything yet? And the next thing you know, you'll be 16 pages deep into a forum about which fonts most impress literary agents. Then you know what you'll do? You'll quit. That's right, you'll throw in the towel. You'll say, I'm tired of being a crap monster. I'm gonna go be a stockbroker instead. Then a week will go by and you'll keep doing your day job. You'll come home from work and you'll think, now I have time for cooking. Now I have time for laundry. Now I have time to go to a bar. So you'll go to a bar. And you know what you'll do there? Eavesdrop. You'll do the exact same thing you always did. Creep people out in the corner. You'll slip right back into the skin of that old crap monster. And it'll feel good to be there. You'll type character sketches into your phone. You'll ignore all your friends. You'll write rogue lines of outrageous dialogue. You'll mentally pair up people who obviously belong together and start writing their doomed love affair. That guy with the bleached tips is the perfect height for the bouncer anyway. Why haven't they gotten together? So you'll make them get together on your phone. The bouncer probably grew up in the Bronx and transplanted here when he was 18 to support his siblings. That bleached tips guy was picked on in school, but now he runs an art studio. And you won't get discouraged when it turns out the bouncer is married. That does not matter. This is your story. And you go home that night and you'll think, you know, I think I'm going to actually start writing again. I'm just going to type this into my computer just in case. Maybe I'll post it online as a prompt or something. But you won't really do that because all the best prompts you keep for yourself. So you start typing up your bar notes, and then 14 hours later, you have the first 5 chapters of Bouncer Betrothal. It's set in 1983 in New Haven, Connecticut. You've never been to New Haven, Connecticut. Better do some research. Good news, my friend. You're a writer. It's actually a very comforting thought to know that you just can't pull yourself away from it. You have found something that you love, that you literally can't live without even when you try to. And you tried to. You've probably tried to quit writing once a week since you were 18, and your parents were like, are you sure that's what you want to do with your life? Lots of people live their whole lives hopping from one passion to another and can never find anything that really sticks. Those people are jealous of you. I promise. Well, so now what do? Unfortunately, you write. And you write while you can, because you know you only have a short time before all of those crushing doubts come back, and back, and back, and back, and back. That's okay, because you know that they'll pass. They always pass. Okay, fine. But how do I get started writing in this moment? As in, like, right now, when I have time to browse the internet for articles and wallow in self-doubt? Alright, well, here is what works for me. How to start writing after a block, or a terrifying spell of self-hatred. First, switch it up. If you've been working on one novel for 3 years and you spend more time staring at it than actually writing, then stop writing it. Put that puppy away. You could start a new novel, although I'd advise against it. It's easy to be the person that only writes the beginnings of novels, and then gives up when the going gets tough. Ideas will never be in short supply. Mark that down as a blessing and then keep on going. Don't let yourself start a new novel. At least not until you know that you never want to return to the novel you've been working on. Which is a bad decision. Because you learn something vital from every novel that you complete. But you have to complete it. Even the craptastic ones. So instead, what I like to do is switch from writing fiction to writing poetry. Because it's a totally different form of writing. If that's not your thing, you could try writing a song, or a short story, or a blog post, a series of tweets. Just whatever you do, don't let yourself stare at your novel for 3 months. That's an order. Second thing you can do to get back in the writing mood is to read. And I know that this can backfire majorly. Depending on how deep down into your hellhole you are, everything you read might just scream failure in your face. You'll think you'll never be good as them. Your dialogue is so stilted, and no one will ever buy your manuscript. And you thought you should stop trying? But you should read anyway. 3 reasons. First, reading is fun. You know that. That's why you became a writer. 2, reading helps you learn, via osmosis, how to be a better writer. I'm not sure of the science behind that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And 3, reading allows you to spend time away from actually writing while still helping you grow as a writer. So you should do it. The 3rd thing I do when I'm stuck is I find a new writing spot. Do you always write curled up in bed with your laptop scorching your chest? I do. Maybe you're fancy enough to have an office. You write outside in the grass, or at coffee shops, or on the kitchen counter. Doesn't matter. Wherever you write, switch it up. Write someplace new. I used to think I needed total silence to write, and the reason I never got anything done was because my neighbors were too noisy, or their birds were too loud, or whatever other excuse I could make up. But it turns out I was just bored. In a silent room, I'd be distracted by every excruciatingly small sound. I'd be like, oh my, is that an ant on my window? I better watch it for 3 hours in case it does something worthwhile. So you know what I do now? I listen to music. I have multiple writing playlists that I listen to. One of them is instrumental. One of them is ambiance sounds like a crackling fire or the ocean. And then one of them has lyrics. And there's not very many songs on that playlist, but for some reason there are some songs that I can listen to on repeat. And the lyrics kind of turn into their own sort of melody, and I can write to them without getting distracted. Whatever works for you, try it. Maybe you're always writing alone, and now you try writing at a coffee shop. And then the next thing you know, you're writing thousands of words, and you're looking around at everybody else like, hey, look at me, I'm writing! And you never would have found that out if you stuck to your guns about needing total silence to write. My 4th tip for getting unstuck is to join a writer's group. You know how you can never drag your lumpy, coffee-abused body to the gym unless somebody else agrees to go with you? It's the same thing with writing. If everybody else is writing and you're not, eventually they're going to get suspicious that you just came to their meeting to mingle. And nobody wants to mingle. Actually, a lot of writers want that. Downside to writers' groups is that it can turn into a social hour where nothing gets done. But at least you've made some new friends over it.